guys, this is Rosa Kelly, and I am here with a new design for Country Craft Creations, and I am using the beautiful Graphic 45 Little Darlings paper collection, and I will link Country Craft Creations website down below if you guys are interested in getting this beautiful paper. And so this time I came out with a little baby brag book, and I really love how this came out. It is beautiful, so easy to make. I do have a full tutorial how I made this that I will put it right after this video, so just stay tuned all the way to the end and you will see the process. And so I really had so much fun making this little book. It's very interactive and very easy to make, like I said. So I used chipboard for the covers and heavyweight cardstock for the pages. It has a 1-inch spine and it stands up on its own, so it will make a beautiful decoration for a center table. And this is going to be a gift for my mother-in-law for Christmas. So these are very fun, easy projects to make to give as gifts. So over here I have this beautiful gigantic flower. I just love it. It has some feathers on the back, and I don't quite remember where I got this flower. I just had it on my stash, but I really like it. It's like a big statement piece. And then I have one of the paper cutouts from the collection that says Rockabye Baby, and it has a beautiful sweet baby girl with her puppy, and she's holding a dolly but it looks like a real baby. This paper is just darling, super cute. So on the back I'm using a vintage looking paper. I ink and distress everything using Tim Holtz Distress Vintage Photo, I think it's called. Some lace here, and then I added some pearls, and then yeah, same paper from the collection. So over here I have a bow as a closure with this beautiful lace that Tammy sent to me that you can also find in Country Craft Creations. And let me open this book. This is gonna be very fun, interactive. And then over here I use all the little cutouts and some of the stickers, and these are left all open so a picture can be placed here somewhere. So because Nana has boys and girls, I made the spreadsheets here to be boy and girl oriented. So I love this accordion fold on this side, some little tickets from the collection, sticker up there, and then this opens up again on this side. This beautiful little baby, I think it's like a little boy because he has a blue blanket. But I loved how this paper, you can utilize it for boy or girl. So see, like you have plenty of room to brag about all of the grandchildren, and this is fun. So this has magnets, like I said. I think I put 3 or 4 magnets on this page. And on this side I have some vintage trim here, and then these are stickers that I backed on cardstock and fuzzy cut around, and then I just made this little pull out or photo mat that can tack here, but a picture can also be placed right there. And then this opens, actually this opens up, I almost forgot, and then room for 2 pictures there. And then this baby boy, super cute, it's left open as well. So here I plan on putting a picture of baby Liam, which is the baby boy in the family. He's a 1-year-old super cute little baby, my nephew. What is this thing? Okay, so over here I have all these cute little babies as well. It's left open to include a picture or a tag or something under there. This is a little waterfall on the center, and it has a magnetized closure, and this is one of the chipboard pieces. And then love this cute little paper here. So 2, 4, 6, 8, and 9 places for photos. And let me zoom out. There, sorry, I was too close. Okay, so and then this also opens up and room for 2 big 4x6 pictures. So this measures The inside mat here measures 7 by 4.25, so a 6 by 4 will look 4 by 6 look cute here, or maybe something trim, and so the babies can be still shown. So I plan on adding pictures on these before I give it to her for Christmas. So I got one done and a million to go. So I hope you guys enjoy my little brag book, and please stay tuned for the tutorial coming up, and thanks for watching. Okay, so let's start with this tutorial. To make your album, we are going to need some chipboard, some cardstock, regular weights, and then I'm also going to use some heavy weight cardstock, which is the 110 pound, and double-sided tape and glue. So first I'm going to start by trimming the regular cardstock at 10 inches. So I'm just going to trim this just one bit, and then I'm going to need 2. So I have the other one right here already cut, and I'm gonna use some double-sided tape and join them together. Oops. Okay, so you're gonna join these two. Let me remove my tape and place it right there like that. And then you're going to cut your chipboard. So I have 2 pieces of 7.5 by 5 inches. I don't know if you can see the number. And then I have 1 piece of 7.5 by 1 inch. Okay, my glue. Okay, so we are going to start putting this together. So first I'm going to use the small one, the 1 inch one, and I'm going to add my glue and place it right at the middle, just like we do when we do our mini album covers. It's the same concept. And then I'm going to glue these 2 on the sides, and I'm going to make sure to leave a little bit of room, like about 1/8 of an inch in between, and the same on the other one, on the other side. Okay, so place this one right there. Okay, and then we are going to, I'm actually going to trim the sides just a little bit more, because I think I have too much paper here. So let me flip this to the other side. Okay, and then we are going to cut the corners like so, and make sure you stay away from your chipboard about 1/8 of an inch. See that? And we're gonna do the same on all 4 sides. Okay, and then we're just going to, first you're going to bend your cardstock and give it the shape, and then you're gonna glue it. So let me do this, the outside, the long sides first. Just like so. And then you're gonna mark on your gap and do the same on the other side. again, you're gonna just mark a little bit where you're going to bend. And then we're gonna do the same for this other two sides. So your corners, you're gonna notice that there's going to be like a pointy part, and you just want to tack that in. You can use your nails or your bone folder. Just make sure those little pointy corners are not sticking out. And then we're just going to finish covering. And again, I'm going to just tuck that in with my nails and glue this on. Okay, so the cover is basically done. So 1 and 2. It's a really cute little book. I love it. Love the size. Okay, so now let's work on the inside pages. So first I'm going to grab a scrap piece of paper and I'm going to cut it at 3 inches by 7 inches. And I'm just going to use this for my... I'm going to glue it here to cover my spine. Since I'm not going to do a hinge system for this book like we normally would do for a mini album, this is going to be more kind of on the concept of a folio. So this is why I'm just going to make sure I'm going to reinforce it. That's what I'm trying to say. Make sure this is not going to come apart. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and crease again where my bend is going to be. I'm actually gonna do that with my ruler. Just lightly, okay? You don't want to make a hole on your paper, so just go really gentle. And then you can start folding it again. So that one and this one. All right, so now that we have that out of the way, we can do the pages. So I'm going to use the heavyweight cardstock, and I'm going to first of all cut these long ways like that at 7 1/4 by 5 3/4. Okay, so I have this piece, and I'm going to grab my scoreboard. Okay, let me move that over there, and I'm gonna try to have these two here. Okay, so I'm going to score this piece. I'm going to do 1/2 inch and 1/2 inch again. Okay, so you're gonna score at 1/2 inch and you're gonna score at 1 inch. Okay, so then I'm going to fold this and bend it, and fold this and bend it. And this, it's going to go on this side here. So when we open our book, this will open. This will open to this side. Okay. Before we add that, I want to make sure my book has a closure. So I'm going to go ahead and add the closure for my book before I put this. So I have my lace here that I'm going to use for my closure. This is a very beautiful ribbon, I guess, is that Tammy sent me, so I love it, and it's a very soft pink. It almost looks just white. So over here I'm going to add my fabric glue. And I'm going to place my lace, and I'm going to do the same on this other side. And I do want to add a gentle amount. Okay, so yeah. Okay, so going back to this. So now I'm going to add my flap here. You can use double-sided tape or you can use glue. I'm just gonna stay with glue. So I'm going to place this right on the edge. Just like that. So this side, and you see how I gave it a half an inch gusset, which is a pretty big gusset, to be able to have lots of different features. So I don't think I did this straight. Okay, so now I'm going to grab the other piece that I have left over after I cut this one, and let me see here. Yeah, so and then I'm going to cut this one. So this piece measures 5 1/4 by 7 1/4. So I'm gonna trim this all the way down to 4 3/4. Just like that. And I'm going to give it a half an inch gusset on the top. And I'm going to place this one right on this side. So we're still working on this left wing, if you want to call it. So you could place it here on the outside, or you can place it on the inside. And you know what? I think I'm going to do the outside. So I'm going to add more glue and just place it right along the top. Okay. So now I'm going to need another piece. I'm going to move that over there. I'm going to need a piece of 7. Oh, this is not the right one. I'm going to need a 7 3/4 by 4 3/4. So I'm going to cut these at 4 3/4 by 7. Let me show you there. 7 3/4. And I'm going to score half an inch along the 7 3/4 side, and then I'm going to place this one. Make sure that's close. I'm going to place this one right on the top, on the middle section. Okay, and I want to actually align it with my sides here. They should align perfectly. Okay, so now we have this side that will open up like that, and then this side that will open up like that. And now I'm going to do something on that side, and I think I have a pretty good idea of what I want to do. So I'm going to need, I want to make a little accordion fold. So I'm going to use my cardstock here, and I'm going to cut this at 7. I'm going to do 7 1/4, just like we were doing before. So 7 1/4, and then I'm gonna score this piece at 4 1/2, and I'm gonna score again at 9. Okay, and then I'm going to trim this at 9.5. So I'm going to go back and trim this at 9.5. And I'm gonna do the same with this other one. So this other one, I'm actually gonna just cut it at 7.25. Oops, long ways. 7.25 by 9. And again, I'm going to score these at 4.5. So this one is by 9 and this other one is by 9.5, because we're going to use this 1/2 inch as a connection between these two. So I'm gonna fold this like a card, and I'm going to fold this other one as well like a card. And then I have my little flap here, and that is where I'm going to add this piece. So make sure you add your flap on this side, so this will open to the right. Because if you add it on this side, then this will be like a booklet. So you're trying to make an accordion. Okay, so I'm just going to add my glue. And place my other one right on top here. And try to make sure they're even. Sometimes they're not, they don't really line up properly, like mine are not. They're a little bit off, but that's okay. So then you have this long accordion, right? And this accordion is going to go on this side. So this will go. You can either have it to open up like that, or you can have it to open up like that. So I think I like this option better. So I'm going to just go ahead and glue these. And place it on my left side. See how cute is this? So over here, this will open up to this side, and then you also of course have this room for more pictures. On this place over here, you have a flap that opens up, and this will open up to the side, and then on this panel, this will open up, but on this panel, I want to do a waterfall. So I'm gonna use another sheet of paper, and I'm gonna start a new one, because this one, it will give me exactly what I need. So I'm gonna cut this at 4.25, which is right on half. And I'm going to cut this again at 5. Okay, so actually let's cut it right at half, 5.5. So then you will get 2 pieces, and the same thing here, 5.5. So basically you cut the one sheet on 4 into 4, and then I'm gonna grab the 5.5 side and score 1/2 inch, and I'm gonna do the same to all of them. 1/2 inch, here, and one more, and then I'm going to bend along my score line, and And then I'm going to bring my book back and start adding. On this top flap here, I'm going to place them right along the top. And I'm just going to use my glue. So I start on the top. As if you can see there, I actually have left a little bit of room on the top here, just to make it even, because I do like kind of like a frame around my waterfall. And then I'm gonna do the second one. When I do a waterfall, I like to keep closing it to make sure we are adding them up even and straight. So number 3. And one more. And then I will grab one of these pieces that I have, scrap or any kind of scrap you have, and I'm just gonna need, actually I have a bunch of scrap pieces. So you're gonna need a piece like this, and I will tell you what mine measures. I think it measures 2 inches or something like that. Let's see here. So this is 2 inches, and I'm just going to trim this. I want to make this piece long enough to close my waterfall here. So this is going to be 3.5. So I'm going to cut these at 4 inches. So 2 by 4. And score ½ inch again. So now we have a little piece like this, and this is going to be the closure for our waterfall. So I'm going to add my glue and just place this on this flap, the one that goes up and down. Okay. So you center it, and there you go. So now I'm going to add some magnets to help that stay close. Okay, so these magnets are really strong. I have 2 that I can take apart. Oh my goodness. Okay. I'm gonna try to use different ones. Okay. Oops. See how strong they are? Alright, so I'm going to grab my double-sided tape to add my magnets. So here, so this one has 2. So I will just put it on this side first. And then I'm gonna toss it in there and use the sticky side up now and take it apart. My goodness, these magnets are giving me a hard time. Okay, so strong. And then I'm going to close it. Don't make it super tight when you close it. Give it a little bend. So when your waterfall is full, it will still close. See how it's a little bit bumpy? That's how you want it to be. So then once you stick that in there, now you're gonna be able to open your flap, and then you have this other side here, and I'm also going to add magnets on this side. So one, let me do one at a time. One right there. And let me see if I can get another one. So I toss it. Actually, you know what? I'm going to place my magnet. Oops. Oh, that ripped. I'm going to place my magnet more in the middle. Just like that. And this tape. Because that way I want to make sure both sides of my and then I'm gonna open it and I'm gonna do one more on this side, but I'm not going to stick it in there. I'm going to stick it in here. So I'm going to put my tape, my sticky side down. You know what? I might need a new tape on that one. So yeah, so that's simple. Basically our base construction is done. Super easy, very fast to make. So now let's go ahead and decorate our little book. I'm done with the inside of my book, and now let's go ahead and decorate our front. And I picked this beautiful image for my front cover, and I have this idea of making the outside of my book very simple, but I want a very big flower as a kind of like a statement piece. So I already went ahead and cut these covers. So I picked this very beautiful vintage looking paper, and so this paper measures 7 1/4 by 4 3/4. Okay, so that will be on your cover. So I have the back as well. So I'm just inking really quick, and I use Tim Holtz vintage photo distress for all of my pages. So let me go ahead and just glue the paper here, and I hope you guys were able to follow along, and if you have any questions, do let me know, please. I'll be happy to answer on the construction of this video. So I'm gonna glue the back as well. And then I'm going to use a piece from my scraps. I think I got something on my book here. Oh well. So I'm gonna use, so another piece of, it's the same one, so I'm just gonna use this one, just a little bit of 1 inch here, because I do have a 1 inch spine, and I'm just gonna ink this really quick, and I'm gonna use the other side of that just to change it up, a bit. Put a sticker here, or the date, the year. I'm gonna give this away as a Christmas present for Nana. I intend putting pictures of all the grandchildren here and giving her this one. That's why I use different, I try to make the album neutral, like boy and girl, but I do love this beautiful baby girl here for my cover. So like I said, I have the idea of making like a statement piece with the big flowers. So I was looking at this one, and I know it's huge, I do know that, but I think I like it. I love it. It's like a big, I don't know, this one's too small, and then I have this other one. I'm going to add this cute little trim along the top here. So let's start with that. So just very simple. So let me glue these. I don't know if I like that or if I like this. Okay, I think I'm gonna go for the big one. So I'm just going to put here the image. Okay, I'm just gonna do it. It's a little bit big, but you know what? I like it. I wanted to go for like a statement statement piece here. And I love this flower because it has feathers on the back. I just found it on my stash and it didn't have a what do you call it? A wrap. So I don't know. I really don't remember where I got this. Might have been on Michael's or Tuesday. Okay. So yeah. So we are done with our little book. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. I think it was, you know, I'm not gonna open this right now, but I hope you were able to follow the steps. I thought it was a very simple project, very quick to make, and very cute to give as a gift. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.